And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I'm net control. If at any time during this net, should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, best-sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word logbook. And we also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs, such as one of my favorite segments called Something to Crow About. That's KC9VKV Highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of Jim's radio story. That's our homepage, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting, a 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is I have the actual audio masters from all along the way, over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on the selector is our local receiver audio. And today, Our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system, 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented resonant dipole antenna. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over for Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, let's check in and see if Charlie K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Charlie, got a copy? Yes, Jim, I have a beautiful copy. You're peaking many peaks to 20 over 9, and that is direct from your home in southern Indiana. Very clear, good audio, and just nice. The weather up here, we are snow covered. We are snow covered now. Got about 3 inches on the ground at the moment, but the last 2 days we picked up 4 inches, and right now it's about 27, 28 degrees. That's the high for the day. Mostly cloudy. We're getting a few flakes every once in a while, and also a little bit of sunshine. I have a little bit of Captain Mike. I think he was over Iowa. He's right now on a little. He's off for about 2.5 weeks, and probably the week after next he'll be back on his normal flight from Philadelphia to Sacramento, California, and back to Philadelphia. I don't know which antenna you're copying me on, but I'm copying you on my quad, which is working at the present time. I still have rope to replace on it, but at least the quad is up, and I'll hold my breath. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. I'm using Milford this afternoon as normal, and you're as normal 30 over, Roger.
And you're as normal 30 over, Roger. Okay, Roger. Here is Captain Mike at, I think he was about 36 or 7,000 feet, heading from Sacramento to Philadelphia, and I believe he was either over Nebraska or Iowa. I would say Iowa, but heading rapidly towards northern Indiana. Here we are, I hope.
3745 at 905. Roger.
Okay.
Charlie, yeah, that's John VY2WW out there in Prince Edward Island. And Charlie, we're now doing just under 500 knots with about a 57 knot crosswind. It's kind of turning to a tailwind here, but we're doing okay here at just under 500 knots. But anyway, all right, Charlie, sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to get you there on 75 meters there on the ground. If you want to try somewhere down the line there, I can also work you there. Looks like we might encounter some weather possibly right around Dubuque and Illinois, that Illinois area towards Northrop. And then it looks like it clears up just east of Lake Michigan. K1G7L, KH4 Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, Jim, I hope that was readable. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Just perfect, Charlie, as always, Roger.
Sir, just perfect, Charlie, as always, Roger.
Okay, what's new out there in southern Indiana? Did you get any snow over the last week or so?
Yes, we did, but it was like about a couple of inches, but it didn't hang too long, maybe about 18, 20 hours, and it was melted away, Roger.
18, 20 hours, and it was melted away, Roger.
Okay, I understand on that. It looks like the cold air has really plunged all the way south. Okay, I won't hold it any longer, but I just want to let you know how well you're coming in. Now, I've made this recording now, and this is direct from your home. Here it is.
Yes, we did, but it was like about a couple of inches, but it didn't hang too long, maybe about 18, 20 hours, and it was melted away, Roger.
Okay, how was that, Jim? Go ahead.
Excellent, Charlie. Excellent, Charlie. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. And yeah, you're sounding mighty good as per usual, Roger.
Mighty good as per usual, Roger.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll tell you what I'll do just for a few seconds. I'll switch over to the antenna I've been working you on for a good year or so, the cloud warmer. This is the quad. Now I'm on the cloud warmer. Same power, same output, 1,400 watts. This is the cloud warmer. Just three elements shooting straight up in the air. And we're back on. That is if you were listening in Indiana. Go ahead.
Yes, I just started to move over there a little bit late, but as I was monitoring Milford, when you switched antennas, there was no change. It was the same. You couldn't even tell that you did anything, you know, and I didn't actually get to my local antennas in time to get a second test, Roger.
Time to get a second test, Roger.
Okay, well, try your antenna now out there in Indiana. dB, I hope, at least on receiving. Okay, this is, again, the quad. Now I'm on the cloud warmer. The cloud warmer. Quad. Cloud warmer. Okay, back on the quad. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Charlie. It looks to be your quad is about 4 to 5 dB hotter than your cloud warmer, Roger.
Hotter than your cloud warmer, Roger.
Okay.
No difference here in New Jersey.
Here, and you're holding beautifully at 20 over, and you get down to about 5 to 7 dB over 9 when I go to the cloud warmer. Okay, Jim, well, look, we'll let you go. We'll let you go there, and I certainly hope everything health-wise and otherwise and radio-wise goes 100% for you, and we should catch you next Friday, hopefully. KC9VKV, K1GZL. Always a great pleasure.
Roger, Charlie. Thank you so much, sir. 73 up that way. Stay warm, and we'll catch you next Friday, 73. And just a reminder, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, KC9VKV, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. We are recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And that will take you to our YouTube Qso-Vlog page, where we're currently featuring over 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. This recording will be cut number 1 in that series. And so without further ado, let's open it up. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Open it up. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 2, Quebec, Juliet.
There's a Whiskey 3 station. Whiskey 3 station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Whiskey 2, Quebec, Juliet.
Quebec Juliet, Roger. And what's the name there?
Quebec Juliet, Roger. And what's the name there?
Name is Dean, Delta Echo Alpha November, QSL.
Roger, Dean. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Dean. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
I am located here in southern New Jersey, QSL.
Roger, Dean. And what radio are you running today?
Roger, Dean. And what radio are you running today?
I am running a Flex 6400 with a PR781 microphone, QSL.
Roger, Roger, Dean. All right, if you'd be interested, you sound like you might be hot into your ALC, but let's check a couple of things before we do that. We're looking for you to be in the wide pass band, 100 to 2900, Roger.
Wide pass band, 100 to 2900, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Right now I am set at 50 to 3000.
Roger, if you would. See, what happens is when you do that, you have a tendency of knocking on other people's doors, and then they come looking for you with pitchforks. So we do recommend 100 to 2900. That gives you just a little bit of grace before you are into somebody else's front yard, Roger?
Grace before you are into somebody else's front yard, Roger?
Oh, Roger, Roger. Okay, it is now changed to 100 to 2900, QSL.
Absolutely great, Dean. Now I want you to go to your compressor, and we suggest compressor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. If we're just looking for about a third of that compressor, something that you'll never hear on the air, 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100, Roger?
We're here on the air, 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100, Roger?
Roger, Roger. On my processor, it's a normal DX or DX Plus, so I turned it, right now it's on processor on normal, QSL.
Yes, sir. Perfect, perfect. All right, now go to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, and I want you to stretch the first of that word out, audio, you become a human signal generator, and I want you to adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3.
Your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3.
I don't have an ALC on this thing.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got, there's no, not that I can see at least, let me put it to you that way. I have a compression meter, I got a level meter, and SWR and power out.
Okay, so your level meter, when you say audio, adjust it to where you're at 100%, Roger?
When you say audio, adjust it to where you're at 100%, Roger?
Oh, Roger, Roger. Let's see. Audio. That should be about 100% right there.
Yes, some lovely person is tuning up on the frequency. It's not polite to tune up on a frequency that's in service. Please do not tune up on an active frequency. And so, Dean, did you get that adjustment there?
Dean, did you get that adjustment there?
Do not tune up on an active frequency. It's not pleasant, nice. It's not even good ham radio. Please, take it 5 up or 5 down.
Good ham radio. Please, take it 5 up or 5 down.
Right back at you here.
Alrighty, Dean, you still there?
Alrighty, Dean, you still there?
Oh, Roger, Roger. Any copy?
Yes, sir. Fine copy. Okay, so you've got your mod set to 100%, Roger, with your audio human test tone?
Roger, with your audio human test tone?
I believe I'm pretty close to it right now, Roger.
Yes, sir. Okay, I want you to move to your tone control EQ page.
Move to your tone control EQ page.
Okay.
Alrighty, and what kind of an equalizer do you have, sir?
Alrighty, and what kind of an equalizer do you have, sir?
I have an 8-band equalizer.
Alrighty, what we want to do is we want to flat everything from 400 cycles to 1.6K. Everything from 400 cycles to 1.6K, we want those to be plus or minus 0, flat. Roger?
We want those to be plus or minus 0, flat. Roger?
Okay, so all the high end is flat, Roger.
Only till 1.6K, and we're going to work on the top end after that, but flat 1.6 down to 400 cycles.
But flat 1.6 down to 400 cycles.
Okay, I have set everything flat, so I guess that'll be a great place to start. Everything is flat right now.
All right, sir. Do you have, can you change frequency? Do you have manual frequency select? Like, can you give me a 2.7K?
Frequency select. Like, can you give me a 2.7K?
A tone at 2.7?
2.7K, Roger, Roger.
2.7K, Roger, Roger.
Yeah, I can bump up 2K. It goes 8, 4, 2, 1, 500, 200, 125, 63, Roger.
Yes, sir. Okay, we're just looking for that top end where you can give me a 2.7K, frequency of 2.7K, Roger?
7K, frequency of 2.7K, Roger.
Okay, how far up do you want me to go? All the way up?
No, I'm looking for the first off, the equalizer where you can dial up 2.7K, Roger, Roger?
The equalizer where you can dial up 2.7K, Roger, Roger.
Yeah, I can. I have a 2K and a 4K. I can just turn it up or down.
Okay, so you don't have a selectable frequency that you can give me an actual 2.7K, Roger?
Frequency that you can give me an actual 2.7K, Roger?
No, I don't believe so.
All right, so take 2K plus 2 clicks up, 2K plus 2 from where you are, plus 2 clicks up on 2K, Roger, Roger?
Plus 2 clicks up on 2K, Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger. This is 2K, 2 clicks up.
All right, and then I want you to go 4 clicks boost at 4K. 4 clicks boost at 4K, Roger?
4K. 4 clicks boost at 4K, Roger?
Roger, Roger. That is, right now we are 2 clicks up on 2K and 4 clicks on 4K. QSL?
All right, I want it a little bit brighter, so add 2 more to that 4K. So you're up at 6. You're plus 6 at 4K, Roger?
At 6. You're plus 6 at 4K, Roger?
Roger, Roger. Right here is 6 clicks on 4K. QSL?
Yes, sir. Now, it's really important that you stay on mic, on access to mic, and you're repetitive. In other words, make sure that you're in the right place on that mic, and try to be very consistent about the way you operate that mic. Roger?
Consistent about the way you operate that mic. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Okay, this is 6 clicks on.
Alrighty, and so what I want you to do now is give me about 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can get you on my local antenna.
Let me look around and see if I can get you on my local antenna.
Roger, Roger. Meters, band dipole. Located band dipole. It's located on top of my tower. It sits off a yard arm at about 40 feet. QSL?
Yes, sir. Now, let's go to the base end, down to the bottom. And you are at 200 cycles. Is that the bottom side of your EQ?
200 cycles is at the bottom side of your EQ?
I have 63, 125, 250, and 500. Roger.
All right. Do 250. plus 2 clicks boost, 250 plus 2, roger, roger.
250 plus 2, roger, roger.
Oh, roger, roger. This is 250, 2 clicks up. Roger, roger.
Yes, sir. Now, I guess you can't do a shape. Since you can't select your frequency, I'm assuming you can't give me a width on that, roger?
See, I'm assuming you can't give me a width on that, roger?
Not that I know how to do, roger.
Yes, sir. All right, just for kicks, do one more click boost at that 250 cycles. That will be plus 1 at 250 cycles, roger?
Plus 1 at 250 cycles, roger?
Oh, roger, roger. So that brings us to a total of 3 clicks on 250. Back to you.
Yes, sir, but that, it was, what is the current actual reading? Is it plus 1 or plus 3?
What is the current actual reading? Is it plus 1 or plus 3?
I am at plus 3 right now.
Ah, I see, okay. Why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about the thing you like best about your radio?
Give me about 10 seconds and tell me about the thing you like best about your radio.
Oh boy, where do you start on a flex? I mean, my goodness, it's so versatile on what you can do with it. I love the integration with the logging programs. I love the fact that you can switch frequencies real quick from your logging program to wherever you want to go. The radio itself, it's a pleasure to work. Back to you.
Roger, roger. Now, your power amp, what kind of power amp are you running there?
Roger, roger. Now, your power amp, what kind of power amp are you running there?
I'm running an ACOM 2000 Alpha, doing about 1,200 watts right now.
Roger. It seems like it's maybe, I don't know, it's something in the bottom end, not bottom frequency-wise, but lower level, that it tends to just jump at a certain point. In other words, when you're decaying your tonality, it reaches a certain point and then it just dives. It's just almost like an RF gate. I don't know how to express it, but it just sounds a little strange right down there at the low levels, Roger?
It's a little strange right down there at the low levels, Roger?
Oh, roger, roger. I can, I'm sure you'll be able to hear me barefoot today. I got a perfect copy on you. So I'll go barefoot and just bump it up to 100 watts. Would that be advisable at this point?
Let's try and see where it goes.
Let's try and see where it goes.
Okay, amplifier is now off, running 100 watts, and back to you.
Yes, sir. That sounds just normal, you know. So it's something in the amp that at low amplitudes, it tends to be cutting off, and it might maybe about like minus 20 or something very low. It just tends to want to dive, and you know, and it's just a very small thing, and I'm, you know, but it's just I just detected that, Roger.
I just detected that, Roger.
Oh, roger, roger. I'm not too sure what that would actually sound like, but I believe you.
Roger, you could probably, let's see here. Well, I think you're sounding good. I don't want you to mess up your sound, but as you were looking at your watt meter, if you were just make a note of where that mic gain is, and because I want you to come back to that mic gain exactly where it is, but on another frequency, another time, whatever, I want you to key, and I want you to bring your mic gain up slowly and look at your output, and it looks like there's a certain point at like minus 20, minus 15, somewhere like that. It'll start, you know, it'll pop up harder. So, and you could probably tell better by fading out. So say you have your mic gain up and you're getting a lot of noise, and you can see a lot of wattage on your watt meter, and you start turning your mic down, and then right there at the end, down towards a minus 15, it looks like it just drops. But it's a very small thing, Roger.
It looks like it just drops, but it's a very small thing, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger. Right now my mic gain is set at 50, and there is a 20 dB boost on the front end for the microphone going into the flex. So the flex is set for a 20 dB boost on the mic gain.
Roger. How you have it set now is just fine. I wouldn't change that. The only thing would be, we played around a little bit more with EQ, so I would go back and check my ALC meter again for that zero mod reference with audio. Every time you do an EQ adjustment of any nature, of any length or distance or depth, you should go back to your ALC and double check your level. Roger?
You should go back to your ALC and double check your level, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I mean, right now it looks like it just goes from, I guess, the audio. On the audio right there, it goes to about -10, Roger.
Yes, sir. And what is zero the correct level for your 100% level?
Is zero the correct level for your 100% level?
Yeah, it actually just shows level, and there's a halfway point. So you have -30, you have a halfway point, and -10.
Roger. Well, it sounds like you're about 3 dB dynamic range, and that's what we're doing with that ALC, is setting your dynamic range. And we found that 3 is a nice compromise. You can get fatter, but what happens is when you pass 3 dB, you go to 2 dB or 1 dB, the words start to bend, and so they really do you a disservice. So what we do is try to get a 3 dB dynamic range, which the words are just crystal clear but loud. Roger?
A 3 dB dynamic range, which the words are just crystal clear but loud. Roger?
Oh, Roger, Roger. Yeah, it looks like it's, looks like it's working fine, and it looks, I guess it's maybe a little bit on the light side. I don't know. I don't know how it actually sounds to you, but if you say it sounds good, I believe you, Roger.
Yes, sir, Dean. Well, like I say, we could crank in more, but the thing is, when you have a heavy bass line, if you run into a situation of phase cancellation, so say Mother Nature bends your signal back at one point and then bends another half of it back at another point, and when they come down to the receiver at the far end, one is 180 degrees out of phase, it cancels, and it always starts canceling from the top end of the audio spectrum to the bottom. So if you have this nice balance, a lot of bottom end, a lot of top end, it sounds balanced. If Mother Nature does the phase angle cancellation, you lose that top end, and all of a sudden you're Mr. Mumbles. Roger?
Lose that top end, and all of a sudden you're Mr. Mumbles. Roger?
Got it. So right now, what you're telling me is that we're pretty much set up where it should be, correct?
Yes, sir. Now, you could, it sounded a little mid-rangey there. Like I was saying, you need to be very consistent as to your approach to that microphone. Stay very, on it. If you turn your head, you're going to lose the top end. And why don't we try maybe 2 clicks up on that 250, just out of curiosity. 2 clicks up additional from where you are on the 250 cycles base. Roger?
Additional from where you are on the 250 cycles base. Roger?
Roger, Roger. So right now we're 5 clicks total on the 250. Back to you.
Yeah, I like that. You got top end, you got bottom end. I would say we're ready to go. So if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
And I'll have it up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Oh, Roger, Roger. Well, thank you very much there, Dr. VKV. I do appreciate it. It's there's so many settings over here on this Flex. Sometimes, it can get a little bit daunting. Roger?
Yes, sir. Well, just remember when you're setting up a mic that even a poor mic usually is fairly linear through the mids. So that's when we say everything from 400 cycles up to 1.6 should be flat, and then we do the top end at 2.7K boost, and the bottom end at usually 200 cycles boost or cut depending on where we need to go. Roger.
200 cycles boost or cut depending on where we need to go. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Again, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And I hope it gets you down the band.
Roger Dean, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. Thanks for dropping by, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. This is Alpha Delta.
Okay, I heard an Alpha Delta something. Sarah, why don't you give me a little bit of signal there? Tell me about your antenna system real quick, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us.
Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us.
Yeah, Alpha Delta station, I could not find a better path, and you're about 1 dB above my noise level, or actually above the Milford PA SDR noise level. So I can't exactly pull you out now. I can just barely hear you back in there, but maybe later on this afternoon, propagation will get better. And if I come up to you, then maybe we can work it then. But right now, you're fairly too light to be able to copy. So I'm sorry, but we'll try it later. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Yeah, I've got somebody in there with a lot of junk on their sidebands. I don't know how far off they are. I can't tune off to find them, but I bet you they're about 2 kc off. We've been on this frequency for about 35 minutes, so why anybody would want to go 2 kc off the frequency, I'm not really sure, but there you go. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KC9VKV, this is K9NLQ, Kilo Delta Niner, November, Lima, Quebec. John from Central Wisconsin.
Is that DLQ? Is that a Roger?
Is that DLQ? Is that a Roger?
That's KD9NLQ, Kilo Delta Niner, November, Lima, Quebec.
Yes, sir, I got you. Kilo Delta 9, Mary Lou, Quebec. And what's the name there?
Lou, Quebec. And what's the name there?
This is John.
Alrighty, John, you wouldn't happen to have any power in the back room, would you?
John, you wouldn't happen to have any power in the back room, would you?
Negative. Are you getting a lot of noise with me?
Well, I've got folks tuning up. I've got somebody running 2 kc off the side there with a bunch of garbage on the frequency. So I have a lot of adverse conditions, shall we say. But John, we'll try to work her out there if I can find. What is your location, John?
If I can find, what is your location, John?
Yeah, I've got you at a 9 plus on the meter, and I'm right in the center of the state of Wisconsin.
Yes, John. Well, there's a little difference between signals, sir. I'm running about a kW, actually 2 kW PEP in a no SWR resonant dipole antenna. And so that may be the difference in signals, Roger.
And so that may be the difference in signals, Roger.
Roger that, yeah, it could be.
But anyway, John, if you can hear me okay, we can do the setup if you would be interested. The first thing would be to double check to be sure you're in the wide transmit bandpass mode 100 to 2900. If you're not familiar with that setting, go ahead and make a note of that to check it out later. You want to be in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass. Roger, Roger.
To 2900 transmit bandpass. Roger, Roger.
Roger that. 100 to 2900 in the bandpass.
Yes, sir. Now, well, you would be moving to your compressor, turning your compressor on at a 3. Compression on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Or normal, depending on how it's labeled. So a 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100, or an on and normal. Roger?
A 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100, or an on and normal. Roger?
Roger, I'm a little new at this. I've got an ICOM 7300 and not really sure where to go to get the compressor.
On your multi switch there, you could toggle through your different settings, and it's on that. Compression, and we want on the 7300, we want it on a 3 compression level on the 7300. Roger.
On a 3 compression level on the 7300. Roger.
And John, if you're unfamiliar with that, just take notes. Take a note on that, and then you can crank it in later. But part of our setup starts with the compression on at a 3. Compression on at a 3. Roger, Roger.
On at a 3. Compression on at a 3. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, John, I wouldn't worry about it now, sir. Why don't you just take notes? Just take notes, and you can crank it in later. Roger.
You just take notes. Just take notes, and you can crank it in later. Roger.
Roger that.
All right, so we have the compression on at a 3, and then I want you to move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, and you stretch out that audio part, and you become a human signal generator, and as you say that, then adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. So it is the mic gain adjusting the word audio until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger?
Until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger?
All right. Mic gain, I'm running about 3/4. Not sure how to, okay. Mic gain. All right, I got it.
Yeah, John, take notes. Take notes. Don't try to do it. Just take notes. So mic gain, we're at the ALC meter. We're looking at the ALC meter, and one hand is on the mic gain, and you're turning it up or down as you say the word audio, and we want that ALC meter to be running 2/3 by way of mic gain control adjustment. Roger?
To be running 2/3 by way of mic gain control adjustment. Roger?
Roger that. I'm new to here, but I understand it. I'm fairly new with this.
Yes, sir. So that's why I'm saying just take notes. And so we've got the compression on at a 3 and the ALC meter at 2/3 with the word audio and the mic gain adjustment to get there. Then I want you to go to your equalization page, which is your tone control page. And you have 2 adjustments there for sideband, transmit sideband. And we want to boost that treble EQ up 3 clicks from where it is, plus 3 clicks boost on the treble EQ from where it is. Roger?
Boost on the treble EQ from where it is. Roger?
Roger that. Yeah, I'm totally confused at this point. It was probably better end this while we were ahead.
Yes, sir, John. Well, it's just a matter of taking notes, buddy. Just make number 1. Compression on at a 3. That's note number 1. Compression on at a 3. Note number 2. Your ALC meter running 2/3 as you say the word audio in transmit, and you adjust your mic gain up until that meter is reading 2/3. 2/3 on your ALC meter by way of mic gain control as you say the word audio. Roger?
Gain control as you say the word audio. Roger? Roger that.
And the final is note number 3, which is your tone control equalization page, and we want to add 3 clicks of treble boost from where you are. 3 clicks additional treble boost from where you are. Roger?
3 clicks additional treble boost from where you are. Roger? Roger on the 3 clicks.
Roger, Roger. So you've got the whole thing there in 3 notes. 3-note symphony, and it should sound great. And if you get a chance, John, what radio are you running? Matter of fact, I'd like to know that.
John, what radio are you running? Matter of fact, I'd like to know that. Yeah, I'm running an ICOM 7300 and a end-fed long wire, about 100 foot, with a coil.
Yes, I knew you were running a 7300, of course. I just forgot temporarily. But I've got you down now, Wisconsin 7300. And that call is Kilo Delta 9, Mary Lou, Quebec. Is that a Roger?
Mary Lou, Quebec. Is that a Roger? Correct, yeah. KD9 NLQ. Kilo Delta 9er, November, Lima, Quebec.
Roger, Roger, sir. All right, I think we got you there, and we'll have this, if you want to hear your audio. I wish I had a better copy on you, but if you would like to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, KC9VKV logbook will take you to this recording. It's recut number 1 in a series of 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger? Roger that. Thank you for your time, man. What is your location, sir?
We're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. Roger?
We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. Roger? Roger that, yeah. And like I said earlier, we are in the center of the state of Wisconsin.
Roger, Roger, John. Well, let me say 73 to you, sir. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. I'd love to hear how all those numbers sound. After you crank them in. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
My name is Jim, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 9, Papa Delta Lima.
Papa Delta Lima, what's the first part of it? Give me that call again, slowly, phonetically.
Delta Lima, what's the first part of it? Give me that call again, slowly, phonetically.
Yes, sir. It's November 9, Papa Delta Lima. November 9er, Papa Delta Lima.
Roger, Papa Delta Lima, and what's the name there?
Roger, Papa Delta Lima, and what's the name there?
Name on this end is Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
Roger, Mark, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Mark, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I am in Evansville, Indiana.
All right, Mark, and what radio are you running today, sir?
All right, Mark, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Well, it's a brand new radio to me. I just hooked it up about a half hour ago. It's a Yaesu FT991 Alpha.
991 Papa, Roger.
991 Papa, Roger?
Yes, the 991 Alpha, Yaesu.
What's the nomenclature on the last? It's a 991 what?
What's the nomenclature on the last? It's a 991 what?
991A, 991 Alpha.
991 Alpha, roger, roger. Okay, Mark, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and I'll see if I can get you on my local antenna, roger?
And tell me about your antenna system, and I'll see if I can get you on my local antenna, roger?
Okay, I am on right now. Sloper configuration. This is just a temporary setup for me currently. I've got an 80 through 10 meter coming, but until I get that here, I'm running this as a temporary setup.
Yeah, see, I got a beautiful copy. You're about 15 over on my my 90-degree 10-foot vertical magnetic loop. So if you're interested in our setup procedure, the first part would be to verify that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass mode, TBW, transmit bandwidth. If you are, fine. If not, and you're not familiar with that, just make a note that you want to put that radio in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger, roger.
Okay, I just changed it. I am now in 100 to 2900.
Yes, sir. Okay. Then we move to your compressor. Compressor on at a 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100. Compression on, 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100. We're just looking for about a third of its capability, roger.
Okay, stand by. I'm trying to find that in the menu here. Okay, I was actually already set up on 30. That's 30 out of 100.
Yes, sir. Okay, now move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, stretch out the A. Don't stress it, just say it. Audio, like you would say any other word in the QSO. And adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. Roger?
Okay, stand by. I'm trying to find that in the menu here.
Look like you might be just a little bit warm right now.
Okay. When I say that takes me right up to an S9.
All right, so we're looking for 2/3 on the ALC meter. Roger? Just a little bit over halfway.
Okay, trying to find here. I've got the ALC meter. I just need to find the ALC. Hold on just a second.
Now you go just that with your mic gain. Your mic gain will determine your ALC reading. Roger?
Okay, copy that. Mic gain. And you said it should be at what when I say
It should be at 2/3 on your ALC meter as you adjust the mic gain control and say the magic word audio.
Okay, how's that sound right there?
Oh, a lot better. I think you were a little hot. Roger, roger.
Roger, roger. That's bringing me up to about a S7, S8 when I say that.
Roger. Well, we're looking for 2/3 on the ALC meter. If that's 2/3, then we're there. Roger?
Yeah, that's pretty close. I could actually probably go down just a little bit more. Oh, there, I dropped it just a little bit more.
All right. Just out of curiosity, what does your actual mic gain say? Yeah, Mark, we might have doubled. Just out of curiosity, what does your mic gain say it is, out of curiosity?
Mic gain currently is set on 11. I believe that goes up to 100, 11 out of 100.
All right, just out of curiosity, I want you to put that on 30. I want you to put that on 30, and I want to listen to you at 30. And just tell me about the thing you like best about your radio, and let me listen to you for a minute.
Okay, I'm set up on 30 now. I like this radio because it is a shack in a box, VHF, UHF, along with HF, and it's got the backlit buttons, which is good for me. I do a lot of Parks on the Air stuff at nighttime, so it works out well for me. This is a mic gain of 30.
All right, pull it back to 25. Pull it back to 25, and tell me the best thing you like about ham radio.
Okay, I'm at mic gain 25 now. Radio has a beautiful color display, and I'm on a mic gain of 25.
Alrighty, and so let's go to your equalization now, your equalization page, your tone control page. That's settings, sideband, transmit, Roger.
Okay, I am on equalization. I do have my speech processor on. Should that be on or off right now?
Should be on, sir. Should be on at a 30. Well, actually, you're running a 991A. I'm not really sure, but I think you said the input to that was 0 to 100, so it should be 30, Roger?
Right.
All right, so now tell me what kind of equalizer do you have? Is it a 3-band, 8-band, or what?
Okay, I'm looking here. I believe it is a 3-band equalizer.
Alrighty, now are those fixed points, or can you shift the frequency anyway, or is it just locked treble, mid-range, and high, Roger? Treble, mid-range, and bass?
So I can set my EQ1 frequency in hertz, and then I can set the EQ1 level and EQ1 bandwidth, and then the same for 2 and 3. If that makes sense.
Yes, sir. So you have can you give me, on that treble EQ, a bandwidth of 4? Treble EQ, bandwidth of 4, Roger?
So would that be my EQ3?
Yes, the top one, treble.
Okay, on mine, treble would be the bottom one, I believe. That would be the level is 7, and I'm at 2800 hertz.
Can you change the frequency to 2.7K?
Okay, there's 2.7.
Excellent, excellent. And now, so how much are you boosting that right at the moment?
Stand by, I'm trying to find it here. Processor is set at 30 out of 100.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so we want to be sure that's a 3-band EQ, and the mid EQ should be flat, plus or minus 0. It should be neither cut nor boost on your mid tone control, Roger.
Okay, looking here, mid would be level 0. What do you want my mid frequency set at?
It doesn't make any difference since you're not cutting or boosting that frequency. It doesn't matter what the frequency is because you're not doing anything with it, Roger.
Okay, roger. I've got 1500, level is 0, and bandwidth of 1 for my mid-range.
Yes, and the treble EQ is at 2.7K, Roger?
2.7, bandwidth of 1, level is 7 out of 10.
Yes, so you want that bandwidth to be 4 on that 2.7K. So it should be 2.7K, bandwidth of 4, Roger?
Okay, I'm at 2.7K, bandwidth of 4, and a level of 7.
Alrighty, and how much more boost do you have on that frequency, at that 2.7K?
You're referring to the level, correct?
Yes, sir. Can you go 10? Can you have 10 to deal with there?
Yes, there's 10 right there.
All right, pull it back to 9. Pull it back to 9.
Okay, there's 9. There's 9, right there's 9.
Yes, sir. Okay, and I want you to tell me about your antenna system there a little bit in about 10 seconds, and let me listen to you.
Okay, it's a 40 meter through 10 meter end-fed half wave. It is an MFJ antenna, model 1984. It's about, I want to say, probably 62 feet long. It's about a 15-foot counterpoise wire.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's go to your base frequency, and it's at what frequency at the moment, your base?
I'm at 1500 or 1.5.
No, your base, the low part. It should be like 200 cycles, 300 cycles, something like that.
Oh, my apologies. Okay, it's at 500.
All right. Is that selectable? Can you give me 200 cycles? 200 cycles on that control?
Okay, there's 200 right there, 200.
All right. Can you give me a width of 4?
Okay, there's a width of 4 at 200 cycles.
All right. And can you give me a +2 boost from where you are, +2 clicks boost from where you are on that base control? And let me listen to you.
Okay, there's a bandwidth of 4 +2 at 200 hertz.
All right. Pull it back 1 click. Pull it back 1 click, Roger.
Okay, there's I dropped it from 2 to 1. I'm at 1 level, 200 hertz, bandwidth of 4.
Alrighty, now I want you to go back to your ALC and double check your level, and that is mic gain control, as you say the word audio, and we want 2/3 on your ALC meter.
Okay, I'm just above 2/3. I'm on a mic gain of 25 currently. Do you want me to drop that back just a little bit?
No, it sounds all right. Thing is, whenever you do any equalization, you want to go back and double check your level, and that's your ALC meter. Your ALC meter is the Bible for that transmitter, and anytime you do equalization, you want to go back and double check that your level is still 2/3. Roger?
Roger. Now, one other thing that this radio has, or this microphone has rather, is, I don't know if you're familiar, a lot of these Yaesu mics have a 1 and a 2 switch on the back. I'm currently on the 2, which I think is supposed to be maybe a little bit more dynamic. Is that where you want me?
I'll tell you what, I like where you are, but, let's find out. So I want you to give me a 10 count, and at 5, I want you to switch that switch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roger?
Okay, Roger. I'm on mic position 2 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's mic position 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Roger there, Mark. It sounds like it might have a little more bottom end, but I think we're EQ'd for the other one, so just put it back to the one that we had first. Roger?
Okay, Roger. I'm back on 2 here. Back on 2.
Alrighty, and let me see here. Give me a thing you like best about amateur radio, and let me look around and see if I can get you on one of the SDRs. Roger?
Roger.
SDRs, Roger.
Roger. So one thing, this hobby here is over to HF, VHF, UHF, APRS, slow scan TV, you name it. There is something in it for everyone. So hopefully you are able to pick me up on your SDR currently.
Roger, I have a better copy on my local antenna. Are you running 100 watts only, Roger?
Roger. I'm running 100 watts.
Yes, sir. Now, I guess our proximity is why my local antenna is so much hotter than the SDRs. They're up in Pennsylvania and down in Georgia and places like that. So, sounding great, buddy. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording, and it will be cut number 1 in a series of 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger. You are doing a great service here, and I really appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you so much. I did not ask, what is your location?
Yes, sir. We're down around Louisville. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. Roger?
Roger. Well, I'm not too far from you. I'm over here in Evansville.
Yes, sir. And that's why my local I'm on the dipole. No, I'm on my zero degree 10-foot vertical mag loop, and you are about 15 over, so a really great signal. Roger?
Yeah, you're about the same on me. You're about 15 over. I'm probably getting a little bit of NBIS going on here. This antenna is not up quite as high as I would like it, but like I said, this is a temporary setup for me until I get my 80 through 10 antenna up.
Roger, Roger. And I want you to do one other thing. I want you to leave your ALC meter out so you can look at it when you're transmitting. And for the next couple of weeks, I want you to be able to look at that ALC meter as you're talking, and I want you to put that ALC meter in the sweet spot just by voice control. And over a period of time, I think you'll develop a relationship there that you'll just be able to nail that level right exactly where it is in the sweet spot all the time. Roger?
Okay, yes, I will do that. That sounds like a good idea to me. Now, I've been a ham for many years, but I'm fairly new to HF. I've only been doing HF for about a year now. My question is, if I would go with a different microphone, say I pick up a desk mic or a headset, do we have to do all of this again, or can I leave everything the same and then just adjust the ALC?
All right, you're using the hand mic with that radio right now?
Right, it's the one that came with it. It's a MH31 Yaesu hand mic.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me give you a thought about operating that hand mic. I want you to pull it to the corner of your lips and talk across it. Pull it to the corner of your lips where it actually touches the corner of your lips and just talk across it. And let me hear you that way for a little bit.
Okay, I am on the corner of my lip now talking across the microphone. The ALC looks to be about the same, but I am talking across the mic at the moment.
Yes, sir. That's the best way to operate a hand mic, so you don't have any mouth noises. It minimizes the mouth noises, so you're not working directly into it. You're working across it. Roger?
Roger. I do have another question for you. Is this something? Do you do this daily or certain days of the week? If I would get a new mic and I wanted to see how it sounded.
Usually just Friday afternoons from 3:30 till 5 on 7188 Friday afternoons. Roger.
Roger. Well, I got that written down. Like I said, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's a great service you're doing here.
Thank you, sir. And when you change mics, you would have to, or you could have to change the EQ, but the most important thing would be to double check your ALC for the proper operation here. There's no two mics are the same, and so when you switch mics, plan on double checking your ALC level for proper operation of a new mic. Roger?
Roger. I will make note of that because there may be a headset and or a desk mic in my future.
Roger. So we'll tackle those as they come across. Roger.
Roger. Now, are we set up more for pilot busting audio or more for rag chewing audio or somewhere in between?
You're very loud and you sound really good. So I think that, my thing is to get your audio up to 80 to 85% average peak modulation. So you could get fatter, but then you get blurry, and your words get blurry, and so you're actually shooting yourself in the foot as your dynamic range moves from 3 dB to 2 dB or 1 dB. It just gets blurry, and so we want to keep crystal clear audio but loud. Roger?
Okay, copy that. Need the crystal clear but loud. I do a lot of parks on the air stuff, both activating and hunting. So there are times when I get through pileups and stuff, but I've also got some friends that I rag chew with on here. So sounds like you've got me set up good for an all-around audio settings.
Yes, sir, I think so. Just keep your eye on the ALC, and then try to keep that mic level in the sweet spot on your ALC meter. And there's another thing too. I seldom touch on this, but let's see how to put this. In my younger days in radio, I don't know. Did you ever hear the name Van Vance?
I have not.
He's a sports caster for WHAS, and I used to listen to him before I came to WHAS, and he was always just, this voice was just wall to wall. I mean, he sounded like, he was 20 feet tall, and so when I came to HS and I was working the board, and he, the sports guys would come in and do their reports, and he came in and I, turned his mic on, and he sounded just beautiful in the earphones, but when I pulled the earphones off, I couldn't hear him. And the thing I learned right there was, the more you project, the thinner your voice gets. The more you project, like a scream is loud because it's of one tonality. So the point is that sometimes, you might not want to talk quite as loud. Just pull your audio up just a little bit. Always watching your ALC meter to be sure you're in that sweet spot. But what I'm saying is, if you project a little less, you might, become three-dimensional, much more three-dimensional in your voice characteristics. Roger?
Roger. That makes completely good sense to me. Now, let me ask you this. Are you of the school of thought that the speech processor should always be on?
Yes, sir. Our setup is 3 level on that compressor, or a 30 level, depending on how it's labeled. It's just a third of the capabilities. It's nothing you'll ever hear on the air. It's very light, but it should be in there all the time, because not only does it's not doing a lot of suck up. Like actually a 3 and a 6 are pretty much the same thing as far as compression is concerned, except, as far as the compressor actually working on the word. But on a 6, it'll try to suck up off the floor, and you'll hear this pump whoosh, whoosh, between your words. So a 3 doesn't do that, but it's working as much on the words as the 6 without the suck up. Roger?
Okay, yes, that makes good sense to me. So I've always been told that the processor is more of it's almost like having an amplifier. It kind of makes your signal more efficient.
Well, it does. It does, because it changes your ballistics just a little bit, makes you a little bit fatter. But we're only running a 3. We're not up there at a 9 or a 10 or anything like that. That's where that compressor would really, be sucking up between words, and you would be louder. But it's very uncomfortable to listen to that. A 3 is almost unperceptible. Roger.
Roger. Well, I tell you what, I have a lot to learn on this, and it sounds like you know what you're talking about. So I've taken copious notes here on everything that you've told me, and I'm going to store that in my computer so that if something would happen to this radio, I would know how to set it back up again.
Yes, sir. Absolutely there. And just keep your eye on that ALC meter, and, again, you'll develop a relationship with that and be able to just nail it right on that sweet spot all the time. So let me jump out of here. Mark, 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by. And, again, I'll have this uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So 73, sir.
Hey, 73s, and thank you so much again, and we'll maybe catch you on here again in the future. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. This is November 9, Papa Delta Lima. Thank you.
Roger, Mark 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Uniform 4. You want to check out, give me a shout. Kilo Uniform 4, November Yankee.
Kilo Uniform 4, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Roger, Kilo Uniform 4, November Yankee. Jim, I just want to thank you. You walked me through my setup last Friday, and it's doing great, Jim. See what I tell?
Oh, Roger that. What's their name there?
The name is Tony. Tango Oscar November Yankee, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, Tony, you sounded just beautiful, sir. And what was that radio?
It's a brand new STDX10 that I got about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir. And let me pass that along to you too, sir. You might consider leaving your AOC out as you got to have something to do as you're talking around, you know. So just leave your ALC meter out and be watching that when you transmit, and try to keep that ALC meter in the sweet spot of 2/3 just by voice as you talk. And I would do that for a couple of weeks, and you'll develop a relationship with that microphone and the ALC meter, and you'll be able to just keep that right in the sweet spot all the time. Roger?
Roger. Okay, it's about there now, I think. And I've got all the settings just exactly how we set them up last time. So I won't keep you. There's probably other guys that are dying to get in touch with you as well. So, Jim, and as the last gentleman said, thank you very much for the service that you're rendering the ham community. This is very, very helpful. I've been a ham since the late 60s, on and off, and it's a great hobby. So thanks, Jim. I'll let you go, and we will talk to you later, hopefully. And have a nice Thanksgiving. KU4NY is clear to 73.
Roger, Tony. And again, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call it or search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. It will take you to this recording, and it'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
K4TLJ.
The TLJ station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Kilo 4 Tango Lima Juliet.
TLJ, Roger. And what's the name there?
Name is Terry, Tango Echo Romeo Yankee.
Roger, Terry. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm in northwest Georgia, a little town called Powder Springs, about 25 miles north of a little town called Powder Springs, about 25 miles northwest of Atlanta.
Oh, yes, sir, Terry. And I just went down to the Atlanta SDR, and you're about 20 over on it. Just a beautiful signal. I mean, you must be living beside this SDR, Roger.
I mean, you must be living beside this SDR, Roger. No, I was just working on my amp. I had some problems with it yesterday, and I assumed it was a problem in the dynamic bias circuitry, and I was correct. So you say it's sounding good now?
Oh, yes, it is. And you were saying you had trouble with your power amp or your radio?
Yes, it is. And you were saying you had trouble with your power amp or your radio? It's a AL80B. It's an old one, about 25 years old.
Roger, Terry. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Terry. And what radio are you running today, sir? I'm running an Icon 7300.
Great radio, just a radio of the century. So if you would be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you double checking to be sure you're in that wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger?
With 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger. I do have that.
Alrighty, then to your compressor, on and at a 3. Compression on and at a 3, Roger.
And at a 3. Compression on and at a 3, Roger. It is on a 3.
Yes, sir. Okay, now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, you stretch out the first of that word, and you become a human signal generator. And as you say that word audio, and you say it, don't stress it, just say it as you would any other word in a QSO. Adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3, Roger.
Gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3, Roger. Okay, that's where it is now.
Okay, so that's, that ALC meter only runs about halfway to the other meters, and you're just a little bit over halfway. Is that a Roger?
Other meters, and you're just a little bit over halfway. Is that a Roger? That's a Roger.
Alrighty, so let's go to your tone control. That's in settings. sideband transmit tone, and I want you to go with +3 clicks treble EQ boost from where you are. +3 clicks treble EQ boost from where you are. Roger.
You are +3 clicks treble EQ boost from where you are. Roger. Okay, the treble is +3 already.
All right, so take it to 2 more, so you'll be at +5. Roger.
So take it to 2 more, so you'll be at +5. Roger. Okay.
And then, Terry, why don't you tell me about 10 or 15 seconds about what you like best about your 7300 so I can listen to you.
It's about what you like best about your 7300 so I can listen to you. Okay, love my 7300. I came from old boat anchors. Never had anything more modern than TS440. And just loving my brand new 7300. Only had it about 6 months. World of difference.
Yes, sir. Okay, on your bass, I want you to come up 2 clicks boost on your bass. I just want to hear that. +2 clicks from where you are on your bass. Roger.
+2 clicks from where you are on your bass. Roger. Okay, the bass boost is now -1. It's up 2 from what it was.
Alrighty, and tell me about your antenna there for a little bit, about 10 seconds. I'll tell you, before we do that, I want you to go back to your ALC and double check that ALC level, because we have made some changes in the EQ, and when you do that, you need to go back to your ALC to double check your level again. Roger, so that's mic gain in hand, audio, and adjust for 2/3.
Mic gain in hand, audio, and adjust for 2/3. Okay, this is the ALC.
And how'd that look 2/3? Did you have to make some corrections there?
And how'd that look 2/3? Did you have to make some corrections there? Yes, I did. I dropped the mic gain very slightly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's looking good there. I'd like to hear you a little bit more. Tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio.
Hear you a little bit more. Tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio. Oh, ham radio. I've been out of it for several years. Just got back about 6 or 7 months ago, and loving it. Putting up antennas, setting up the station completely from scratch. Just got up my hex beam. It's only up 20 feet, but it sure beats being on the ground. So I'm getting there. It's taken a lot of time.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, Rome wasn't conquered in a day, and it does take a little while, but persistence, that's the thing that pays off. You just be persistent about what you're doing, and over a period of time, you will achieve all things that you want to. I think we have achieved a good sounding station there, Terry, and if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube, do a call it a search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
To this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger? Well, that sounds good. I've really never heard how I sound on the air. That'll be great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, sir. And let me say 73, Terry. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance to join us next Friday, we'd love to have you. All right, so we got 5 minutes to go. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. KI4 ZDB.
Station KI4, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Station KI4, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Roger that. Kilowatt India 4, Zulu Delta Victor.
Zulu Delta Victor. Roger, roger. And what's the name there?
Zulu Delta Victor. Roger, roger. And what's the name there?
Mike Alpha Romeo Tango. Marty. Mike Alpha Romeo Tango.
Mike Alpha Romeo Tango India.
Mike Alpha Romeo Tango India.
Yankee, I'm sorry. I realized I left out the last letter. Mike Alpha Romeo Tango Yankee.
Yes, sir, Marty. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Yes, sir, Marty. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, North Carolina.
Roger, Marty. And what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, Marty. And what radio are you running, sir?
I am also running the 7300, and I was listening to the last gentleman you did, and I made some of the adjustments you told him to make. I just thought I'd see if it would help.
All right, Marty, why don't you give me about 10 seconds, tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Roger that, Roger that. I'm running a Husky, and I'm well with it. I mean, all over California. Obviously, it skips over my local people, but it talks West Coast. I call it a left-leaning antenna because it talks more West Coast than it does anywhere else.
Roger, Marty. Okay, I've got you on my dipole antenna and about 15 over, so pretty good signal at the moment. So our set of procedures starts compression on at a 3. Compressor on at a 3, Roger.
All righty, stand by. Okay.
Alrighty, and then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, you become a human signal generator, and I want you to adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3, Roger?
Copy that, copy that. Copy that. That's about 2/3 right there.
Yes, sir. Okay, now let's move to your tone control page, your equalizer, and I want you to add 2 clicks treble boost from where you are. 2 clicks additional treble boost from where you are, Roger?
2 clicks additional treble boost from where you are, Roger?
All right, 2 clicks tone boost.
Treble, 2 clicks treble boost from where you are.
All righty.
Treble, 2 clicks treble boost from where you are.
We might have doubled there just a little bit, Marty, but that's 2 clicks treble boost from where you were, plus 2 from where you were, Roger?
Treble boost from where you were, plus 2 from where you were, Roger?
Roger that. It's a +5 right now, and that's as high as it'll go.
Yes, sir. All right. Tell me the best thing you like about the 7300, and let me see if I can get you back on my local antenna for a minute.
About the 7300, and let me see if I can get you back on my local antenna for a minute.
Okay. People said the audio is solid and it's good and clear, and I'm real happy with its portability. Occasionally, very rarely, but occasionally I will use it for POTA. I have an 890, very rarely, but occasionally I will use it for POTA. I have an 891 I use for POTA as well. Roger?
Roger. Well, I found you the cleanest down in Georgia, so I want you to add 2 clicks bass boost from where you are, plus 2 clicks bass boost from where you are, Roger?
You are, plus 2 clicks bass boost from where you are, Roger?
Okay, there's 2 clicks bass boost. There is 2 clicks bass boost right there.
Alrighty, then I want you to go back to your ALC and double check that your ALC level is still 2/3 by the word audio and mic gain control.
2/3 by the word audio and mic gain control.
Roger that.
All right, I want you to do that again. I don't want you to stress it. I just want you to say the word like you would say any other word in a QSO. You know, so don't stress it. Just say it, Roger.
So, so don't stress it. Just say it, Roger.
Alrighty, I'll talk just like I talk normally in a QSO. This is how I talk in a QSO. This is how I talk in a QSO, Roger.
Alrighty, and that was hitting 2/3?
Already, and that was hitting 2/3?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so Georgia has kind of faded out now, and I would like to get a good recording of you. Why don't you give me about 15 seconds and tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio, Roger?
15 seconds and tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio, Roger?
Roger that. I enjoy all the people. I enjoy meeting a lot of people on POTA. And do a lot of different things, parades, bike routes. A lot of us are active in POTA, and we're just busy little club.
Roger, Marty. Now, what kind of mic is that? Is that the hand mic for the 7300?
That is correct. It's the hand mic that you get with the 7300.
Yes, sir. Okay, the best way to work that mic is pull it to the corner of your lips and talk across it. Don't talk into it. Pull it to the corner of your lips so it actually touches your lip on the side and talk across it, Roger.
All right, I'm doing that right now. How does that sound? Is that any better?
Yes, sir. I want you to go back. I want you to go back to your ALC and double check your level again. I want you to run that mic just like that, but I want you to double check your ALC level, Roger.
Okay, I'm doing that. Whoop, it got a little hotter. I'm bringing the ALC down.
Alrighty, and use that word audio and check your level, 2/3. And how's that looking, Marty? Yeah.
And I'm down all the way to 38% mic gain.
Yes, sir. I think it's sounding good. I'd like to hear you just a little bit more. 10 seconds or 15 seconds on the subject of your choice.
Okay. I'm a grandfather of choice. Okay. I'm a grandfather of 6. Been married 48 years. Lovely wife. Together since and we've stayed together ever since, and everything is great here, and we're looking forward to a big Thanksgiving with the family. Roger.
Roger, Marty. All right, sir. Sounding good. I think we've done it there. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will bring up this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2300 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger that. I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we will listen to it tomorrow.
Roger, Marty. Well, gosh, I got to get out of here. Folks are tuning up on the frequency and all kinds of stuff. Oh, don't get no respect these days. Anyway, 73, Marty. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and we'll catch you next Friday if we get a chance. And I see by the clock on the wall there's a dead fly. Ooh, we got to get out of here. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have. And if so, if you want to check out your audio and you participated, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, we'll take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So we'll say 73 all and return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.
Roger that. We appreciate your help. Thank you very much. And by the way, what is your QTH?
QTH is just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River right at Louisville. Roger?
Roger that. All right. Kilowatt India 4, Zulu Delta Victor. We're going to be clear after you.
Roger, Marty, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, clear.
73.
Contact for a short, Jim.
Go ahead, contact.
Roger, this is Larry, KC4CGY. I was wondering if you did a recording on me earlier.
Let's see, what was it called?
Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Golf Yankee.
I did not, Larry. That was before our net started, and I was just doing a bunch of things, so I wasn't recording at the time. Roger, why don't you join us next Friday? We'll do it right now. It's only 5 after, so the name was Larry, and you're running a TS590SG. And where are you located, Larry?
The QTH is Covington, Georgia. Jim, Covington, Georgia.
Roger, Roger. Okay, give me 10 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system, and I'll look around and see if where you're hot and where you're not. Roger?
Okay, Roger.
You're hot and where you're not. Roger?
Okay, Roger. Yeah, the antenna system is up about, suppose, maybe 20 feet. And one side, the 80 meters facing north and south, and the 40 is going east and west, I presume. And just running barefoot, 100 watts into a Kenwood TS590SG. Go ahead.
Roger, okay, I'm getting you 10 over my on my local antenna, 10 over my noise level, so you have a really good signal. And why don't you give me a little bit more audio so I can get you down recorded? Like I say, you're about 10 over on my local antenna, Roger. And my local antenna is full range down to 100 cycles. Roger, Roger.
Roger. Okay, Jim. I really appreciate you staying over and doing this. I just got this radio not too long ago, actually back in July, I think it was, suffered a lightning strike, and it was a replacement radio for that casualty. So we're trying everything we can to get this thing set up and working correctly. You did help me out earlier with it, and it seems to be doing well according to you. So, like I said, we've locked it down and left it where it's at, and we're going to run with it. KC9VKV. KC4CGY. Go.
Roger, Roger, Larry. Now, you're running 100 watts. Is that a Roger?
That is a Roger.
Oh, beautiful signal there. Like I say, you're 10 to 12 over on my local receiver, so just a perfect signal. And that is my my dipole antenna. It's you're hot on. So good on you. And I'll have this recording laid up to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. It's KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Roger. Thanks again, Jim. You helped me out earlier, and we got everything locked down, and looking forward to hearing the audio. KC9VKV, KC4CGY 73. Have a good evening.
Roger, Roger, Larry, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And this is KC9VKV, returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.
Yeah, Victor, down. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, I think it was, K6VOR, still with us?
Station VOR, or whatever it is, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Yeah, no problem. It's Kilo 6. Victor Ocean Radio, and I think I talked to you in mobile before, and you had done a recording for me, and I just heard you. I was just passing through, and I'm adding the mixer board to the mix in the home station here. I don't need to record it, just an initial impression as I'm going through the monitors and trying to do recording comparison stuff with myself.
Roger, and that's Kilo 6. Give me the call one more time, please.
Kilowatt 6. Victor Ocean Radio, VOR.
Roger, VOR, and what's the name there?
Name is Taylor. Tango Alpha Yankee Lima Ocean Radio.
Roger, Taylor, and what radio are you running?
This is, right now you're running on the FTDX 101D Delta and a Heil 281, PR281, something like that.
Roger, Taylor, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm sorry, PR40. What was your question?
What's your location?
Oh, I'm just outside of Simpsonville. Check on the other side of the river from you.
Simpsonville, Kentucky?
Roger, Roger. Yeah, just down 64, just outside of Louisville.
Yes, sir, Taylor. Well, you're really hot, so we need to set you up there. And the first thing would be to double-check your transmit bandpass mode. We want to be in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass width. If you're not familiar with that, just take a note. We want to be in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass width. Roger?
Yep, roger that. That's exactly where it's at. Yep, that's the one I got selected.
All right, sir. Now move to your compressor on at a 3. Compression on at a 3. Out of 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100. We just want about a third of the compressor. Roger.
Roger, roger. Let me back that down a little bit. Okay, and now?
Okay, so you're running a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger?
Roger.
All right, now I want you to move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word, audio, stretch out the first of it, audio, you become a human signal generator, and I want you not to stress it, but just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO, and I want you to adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. Roger?
Okay.
All right, I think you're really hot still. I think you might not be looking at the right meter or whatever, but I want you to take your mic to about 30. Take your mic control to about a 30 and let me listen to you.
Okay, yeah, that's where that initially started. And like I said, I injected this mixer board, so that's where it's maybe coming hot.
Okay, you're really hot, so pull that level down to a 10. Let me hear you at a 10.
Okay, we're down to a 10 now. Get the DO1.
Sounding better. Let me see if I can get you a little clearer on my receiver. Tell me the best thing you like about your radio.
The bar one is the best. The bar one is the receiver. By far, the receiver is the best. The best feature coming off the Kenwood TS590. It was quite a step up in receiving capabilities.
All right, Taylor, you sound a little distorted now. What kind of an equalizer do you have? Is it a 3-band, an 8-band, or what?
What kind of an equalizer do you have? Is it a 3-band, an 8-band, or what?
Yep, that's a 3-band.
All right, I want to be sure that the mid frequency is flat. Your mid tone is flat, plus or minus 0, flat. Roger?
Tone is flat, plus or minus 0, flat. Roger?
Roger. Mid set at the 12 o'clock spot.
Yes, sir. Sound distorted. Now, tell me about your audio. Are you coming right into that radio with your microphone, or do you have any outboard processing equipment?
With your microphone, or do you have any outboard processing equipment?
No, it's going, I just put the microphone into channel 1, and the the right output goes directly into the front of the radio's mic input.
Is this a mixer that you're putting into the front of your radio?
Is this a mixer that you're putting into the front of your radio?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a point where I could record off the radio and to the computer and set up that type of operations, but still work in progress.
All right, the thing is, the mic level is like minus 50, 55. The output of your mixer is at 0 level or plus 10 or whatever. So I think you might be overdriving the front end of your mic input level. The thing is, you need to put a pad in there to take the output of the mixer down to proper mic level. And the way you would find that would be that you would bring your inboard mic level up to a midpoint, like 50% or so, middle scale on the mic gain, and then you have to attenuate your signal from your mixer to make it 0 level there, Roger, because that's what that mic level wants to see is a minus 50. Right now you're probably feeding it a 0 level or minus 10 out of that mixer, and you're overdriving the front of your mic preamp. So just out of curiosity, let's just take your master gain on your mixer down about halfway, and let's see what happens.
Down about halfway, and let's see what happens.
Okay, that's about halfway down now.
Oh, much cleaner, much cleaner. So I guess you're still around 10 or 15 on your actual mic gain?
So I guess you're still around 10 or 15 on your actual mic gain?
Correct. Yeah, I haven't moved. I'm still 10 or 15 on the mic gain, and the master mix volume is at about the, say, 10 o'clock spot now.
Yes, sir. So what you want to do is use your mid-scale on your internal mic gain as a reference point. Mid-scale on your mic gain as the reference point for your input level, and then adjust your put a pad in there between the output of your mixer to the input, your mic input. And what I have found is called a double bridge circuit. To do that, you're coming out unbalanced on your mixer. So this would be like 100 k ohm output from the mixer, and then 100 k resistor to the input of your radio. So that's 200 k ohm resistors, one back to back, one out of the output of the mixer and one to the input of the mic input, and then use a shunt resistor of whatever value it takes to hit zero level on your ALC at 50% on your mic gain, and that is undetermined what that level of resistor that you go to ground with would be, but it's whatever it takes to make that work at zero level on your ALC, at 5 or 50% mid gain on your mic input. Roger?
Or 50% mid gain on your mic input. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Okay. And I did lift the mic gain up to the 50% level now. I'm still not getting any movement on the ALC needle. And it's selected, so but yeah, that's down and midpoint mic gain for the 101.
Okay, and the other thing would be that you want to be sure that the whole point is minimum distortion. So wherever you normally would run your master on your mixer, like at 2/3, it's a normal place to run that master, and then the mic gain would be at mid-scale or somewhere in there. And I don't know if you have a trim pot on your mic gain control, but anyway, your normal output on that mixer would be between 1/2 and 2/3, and you want to make sure that your mic gain is not overdriving your mixer, Roger. So just have your master at 2/3 on your mixer, and bring your mic up to where you're getting 100% on your meters, and then get that bridge between the output of your mixer and the input of your mic gain, mic input control.
Of your mixer and the input of your mic gain, mic input control.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I needed. Somebody who knows what they're listening for. So, yeah, it's down. Yeah, there's a trim pot for gain on both gain and master mix volume into the board. And when it's sitting here, when just talking into it, it's not even coming off the -10 dB lights aren't even lighting up. So it's not the gain on the microphone isn't set high enough to start even lifting that off the floor. So yep, that's what the problem is, trying to incorporate another piece of equipment and then getting it all calibrated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, like I say, that double bridge circuit is really interesting, because what it does, it puts a high impedance as the output of your mixer, looking at high impedance, so it's not loading it, and it looks as a high impedance attenuation a little bit for your mic input to keep it so you don't have ground loops, and then that resistor that you shunt across between the two 100K resistors to ground for shunting is unknown value. It is whatever it takes to get your mic level on your ALC correct with your internal mic at 50%. Roger?
ALC correct with your internal mic at 50%. Roger?
Roger. Okay. Yeah, that's just more stuff to go through now. So, but hey, we made some headway. I appreciate your time.
Roger, roger. You know, the other thing to that is that you could put a trim pot in there with your output of your mixer going to the outside lugs and the inside going to the middle lug going to the high side of your audio in. The only problem is you might come up with a ground loop there. So I prefer the double bridge circuit. So anyway, Taylor, 73 to you, sir. And if you want to hear your audio, I think we got it kind of squared away there at the last. Probably need a little EQing, more top end, about 3 clicks treble boost, if you know where your EQ is.
About 3 clicks treble boost, if you know where your EQ is.
Yep, I can do it from the mixer board. And the 101 has a parabolic EQ in it, which it is turned on currently. So I can give you a little bit more high. That's the 10K, and I'm sure it's a parabolic, 10 kilohertz, and then the mid is a 2.5. So I can roll in just a little bit of mid there. So now our mid's about the 2 o'clock spot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would take that mid flat. I would keep that mid flat. And that's the whole thing about an equalizer. Equalizer is designed for the top to balance to the mids and the bottom to balance to the mids. And if you screw the mids, it's so much harder for the top and bottom to catch up. So much so that the 7300, the 7610 don't even put a mid-range EQ control in there because they want it to be flat. So I would just run that flat in the mid-range, and then top and bottom EQ for treble and bass.
Top and bottom EQ for treble and bass.
Okay. Yeah, I've got just a little bit of the lows rolled in. That's, I guess it peaks at the 100 kilohertz area. Just a little bit of lows rolled in and a little bit of highs rolled in now. So it's and mid is flat.
Roger, and I would roll just a little bit more, plus 3 more clicks treble boost for articulation control, just a little more top in.
For articulation control, just a little more top in.
Okay, there's a touch more, and I can always, if it's competing against the lows, I can always cut the lows too, if you think that'll give it a little bit more intelligibility.
No, this is just a top end thing. The bottom's fine. It's not real heavy, but it's nice. I would just leave the bottom end where it is, and your top end is really close. And if you want to hear your audio from where we were to where we are, if you go to YouTube, do a call in or search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook. KC9VKV logbook on a YouTube search, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
On a YouTube search, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Okay, Roger. Well, hey, thank you very much for your help again, and yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you. I talked to you from my mobile a few months ago, but yeah, it was fantastic talking with you. Appreciate your help tonight, and we'll go from here. Appreciate that. K6VOR 73. Have a great weekend.
Roger, Taylor 73. So you got your job cut out. Double bridge circuit is, I found, the best way. Catch you later. This is KC9VKV returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. KC9VKV, clear.